Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. Before I'll preview the Stripe the Stadium game against Western Carolina. We'll get through it all. All you need to know about the game. But first, let's get you guys a Sooner stumper. It is that when the Tulane game was moved to Norman, of course we all know what happened there. Last time Oklahoma played 4 straight games in Norman to open the season. I need to know who the opponents were that they opened with, and here's a hint for you guys. It was all the way back in 2004. That magical year with Jason White and Adrian Peterson. Let you know who they opened with, plus we'll preview everything you need to know about this game. All that and more next. Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away. Welcome back to my show, everybody. My name's Harry James. We'll preview the Western Carolina game for you right now, but first we have to answer the trivia question, the Sooner Stumper trivia question. The Tulane game was moved to Norman. So, thusly, the last time Oklahoma played 4 straight home games was back in 2004. Who were those teams? Bowling Green, Houston, the Oregon Cheating Ducks, and they opened conference play with Texas Tech. That was way back, 2004. That was the last time Oklahoma opened with 4 straight games in Norman. No, those were all home games, but remember the Tulane game was basically a road game, if you will, in parentheses. They were the host team, that is. Overall series history in this one. Western Carolina and Oklahoma, they've never played. So there's no series history to look back on. The pregame festivities. The sports animal, they're out there at O'Connell's. They'll have a big trailer set up and everything. Jim Traber's in it. Al's in there. And they're all just hanging out. They'll say hi to you if they see you. Sports Talk 1400. They're right across the street for the pregame at Balfour Norman. Both of those are, of course, as we all know, on Campus Corner. This one, though, not on Campus Corner. The franchise, they are just north of the football stadium. They're where they have the party at the Palace. Again, just north of the stadium. They also like food trucks. Everything is right there in front of McCaslin. So look for that. Saturday is when this one is. Saturday, September 11th, 6 o'clock p.m. on your pay-per-view networks. Plenty of ways to get it through the pay-per-view network. Local providers, everything. Also, Sooner Sports TV is offering the game on your laptop computer, kind of like what they do for the ESPN Plus still. Get a hold of that or your local TV subscribers. for pay-per-view information. Or you can watch the in the house feed, I believe is what they call it. Pizza in the house feed or the studio feed, whatever they call it. It's got our guy Toby Rowland, play-by-play guy. Also does play-by-play for basketball and baseball for the Schooner Sooners. And also, when he's not doing football, basketball, and baseball talk, he's got his own sports talk show, Sports Talk 1400. He's on from 6 to 9, Monday through Friday. That is a busy man, Mr. Rowland is. Trying to keep him caffeinated and up on his toes, at least in the booth. That is the former linebacker for Oklahoma, Teddy Lehman, color analyst. He is the host of his own Sports Talk 1400 show from 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, and is one half of the Oklahoma Breakdown on the podcast feeds. Look for it in your podcast homes. Sideline Reporters, the other half of the Oklahoma Breakdown feed podcast. Gabe Eichard and his franchise tags. It is Gabe Eichard. He is also not only on his podcast with the Teddy Man, but is also on Big 12 Today Series channel 375 from 3 to 5 for your information. Sports Talk 1400 host Chris Plank is also on the sidelines. Sports Talk 1400 host 9 to 11 Monday through Friday. Also does Fox Sports Radio from 10 to 1 a.m. on the weekends. So that's all that you need to know about the pregame shows and the radio networks and all that. Now let's get to the team, baby! Coach Link. Link it up. Head coach Lincoln Riley, 85-8. That is an 86% winning clip in 53 total football games. In Norman, also has a 29-5. That's an 85% winning clip in 34 games in league play. Those games do not include conference championship games where he is 4-0 against TCU, Texas, Baylor, and just recently against the Clones of Iowa State. But with that being said, he's only 1-3 in bowl games. Championship history for the Sooners. So the rest of the championships, there are 8 divisional championships to match the 4 that Lincoln has previously with Bob. They include 2000, 02, 03, 04, 06, 07, 08, and 10. Also, they finished first place in the Big 12 once the Big 12 was re-entered into the championship game format. Oklahoma has all 4 invites, 17, 18, 19, and 20 since that happened. So, but you know what? Nobody cares about just getting there. You know what you want? You want the rings to go with it. 13 in the Lincoln Riley Bob Stoops era. Stoops did it first. Lincoln continued it. With that being said, 13 Big 12 conference championships in the Stoops-Riley era, including 2000 when it all started back for Oklahoma. That's when they got their first one. Then they went back in 02, 04, 06, 07, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Woo, that's a lot. In 20, Oklahoma had an 8-2 record, 6-2 in league play, finished in second place, and got invited to the Big 12 Championship, where they got revenge over one of the two teams that beat them. Got it 27-21 over the Cyclones at Dallas Cowboy Stadium, AT&T. They then got their first bowl win in the in the Riley era with a 52-20 win over Florida. The stats for 2021 in just one game, by the way, Oklahoma averages 440 points a game and 430 yards a game. No points because they've only played one game, so you can't have the 0.02, 3, 4, 5, whatever. That's offense. Defensively, they gave up 35 points and 396 yards of offense. Does the defense. Oklahoma in 2021 is 1-0. As we've already talked about, the only game technically at Tulane. Oklahoma hosted the game, or hosted the Green Wave, after all the tragedy in New Orleans. And you know what? Oklahoma gave him quite a game. Tulane gave him quite a game, I should say. Oklahoma winning the game, technically at Tulane, but played in Norman, 40-35. So there's that. The opposing team, the Western Carolina Catamounts. Their head coach is Kerwin Bell. Now, he played his college ball at the University of Florida. Graduated from there played there from 83 to 87. 1983 to 1987, I should say. And has coached around, starting at least as head coach in 2007 to 2015, where he did the Jacksonville Dolphins of FCS. Then he went to Division II, Vanderbilt State from 16 to 18. Took a couple years out. Was invited back to FCS with, you guessed it, Western Carolina, with this being his first year in. At the three schools, he's coached 236 games with a 159-77 record. That's a 67% winning clip at the three schools. Also has a 71-24 win-loss record in conference play in 95 games. That's a 75% winning clip. Championship history since 2000, none. So there's that. 2021, 1-8 for the Catamounts, 1-5 in Southern action. That's ninth place in their Southern Division conference, I should say. They do have one win last year, the one win in the 1-8 turnaround. Did have the one win over the Citadel at Western Carolina. Got it by a touch, 21-14. Not off to a great start here in 2021 either, losing to Western Kentucky by a field goal, 31-28. Offense and defense for Western Carolina. Offensively, they gave up 28 points, and they scored 28 points, and they had 501 yards of offense. Defensively, they allowed 31 points per ball game and allowed 361 total yards of offense. All right, guys. that's about it. Now let's tell you about this. Through the Keyhole. Now, this is the same podcast that Brady, Keegan, and now Matt Burton, the producer, all three of them are on it. And the only difference is that Best One Through the Keyhole is the name of the podcast. So there is no more Inside OU. It is all Through the Keyhole all the time. But there is still the Patreon app for the Through the Keyhole pod, where you can find the post-game reactions from one super OU fan, Brady Trantham, OU insider, Keegan Renault, and producer, Matt Burton. The Keegan Renault part of it also does an all 22 for all the games. So you want to kind of see what Spencer saw yesterday in the 3 picks that he had, or should have had 2, should have the third one. Want to see what the coaches saw? You can. Keegan will break it down. I'm guessing it'll be ready for Monday morning. He'll break it down for you tonight. All right, guys, that'll do it. My name's Harry James. You can catch this on all my other videos. YouTube, Boomer Sooner 1982. Also on the Facebook, Harry James Taylor, or on the Twitter box, at Hypeman Harry. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Boomer Sooner, everybody. Let's go. At least we're 1-0.